Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Tonight's game is brought to you by the First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services. Anything you need out in the patch, the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services will get you taken care of. Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats. From ground zero on the campus of Roswell Goddard High School, I'm TJ Miracle alongside my partner in crime, Dawn Morgan. And it is do or die time, win or go home for the Lovington Wildcats. Even though this is game one of the district tournament, the playoffs for the Cats start tonight.
Right, must win. In fact, it's a really must win for either of these teams. That's why it's, likely to be a really good game with maybe an unexpected outcome, because both of these teams, in order to advance, they've got to win this game tonight. The winner tonight will advance to play Thursday at Portales. And the winner tonight, more importantly, gives themselves a better chance in terms of the overall seeding in the state. Right now, Lovington is ranked 18th. Right now, Goddard is ranked 16th.
Well, and very important, as you mentioned, for Lovington, and Coach Casey Pack and I have talked about this a couple of times, they are not taking all four teams in this district. It is just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so Lovington going in as the number 4 seed, that means they've pretty much got to win the district tournament. Now then, this is not an unfamiliar position for the Wildcats. It was 3 years ago. It was right before COVID shut the world down. Lovington was in the exact same position where they were the number 4 seed going into the district tournament, were ranked about 18th or 20th in the state, had no chance of getting to the playoffs unless they stormed through the district tournament. And they stormed through the district tournament.
They did.
And actually wound up as the number 13 seed that year, and gave Highland, who won state that year, a whale of a ball game before falling late. So Coach Casey Pack and none of these Wildcats, I don't think, were on that team, or at least not that played significant roles. But, they know the situation that they're in, which is important. They know, and I think that Coach Pack and his Cats would be the first to say, you know what, we just had some games where we didn't show up, or we just didn't get it done. We put ourselves in this position, but now your back's against the wall, and really and truly, it's survive and advance, win or go home for the Wildcats. If they do not win this district tournament, I don't think they get in the playoffs.
And it starts tonight, of course, and they will need to be firing on all pistons tonight. And, they've got some good offensive production out of Julian Arroyo all season. Arroyo has been their scorer right now. He's, leading their stats, 17.5 points per game on average for the season, and he definitely has been their shooter.
Well, he has, and, you bring that up, 17.5 points a game. The last 2 games, he's been averaging 28 a game.
Yeah.
So he's been their scorer, he's been their shooter, but, and this is something else I think Coach Casey Pack would agree with me when I say it, they have to get somebody else that can score consistently. They have some boys on this team who can score kind of in clumps, but they need to get somebody that is being consistent, whether it is Zadrick Betancourt or DeMarcus Thompson or Dallas Cardenas or Micah Pondo. Somebody needs to become that kind of second scoring option for these Lovington Wildcats. Really, in the early part of the season, that was Cale Covington, the sophomore, but injured his foot, and so he's been out, is still out, and I think he will probably be dressed again tonight, but he's still got the broken bone, so he's not playing even if he's dressed out.
Yeah, I noticed that he's got that soft cast on the right foot, or at least it looks like a soft cast, at least a soft covering on that. I think it's the left foot, actually, right? Left foot.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
But so they've got to find somebody else that can step up and give them, a consistent 8 to 10 points a game. And if you could find 2 who could give you a consistent 8 to 10 a game, that puts you in a much better spot. Now, for the Goddard Rockets, they're number 16 right now in the seedings, or in the power rankings. Now, that really doesn't mean anything come Selection Sunday on Sunday. what matters. I mean, there's a whole big list of things. Now, granted, 16, if it stayed like that, would get you in. But if anything weird happens in a district tournament, they would be the first ones out. And, we go back to the COVID year again, and there was a lot of weirdness that happened in district tournaments that year. We didn't realize it was going to be COVID year at the time.
Sure.
But Lovington storms through and wins the district tournament for 4A, 3-4A, and, well, that knocked out Portales. Right. And then Chaparral won their district tournament and over Santa Teresa, and that knocked out Portales. And so Lovington got in, and it knocked out 2 teams from our district, so you don't want to be sitting on that bubble. So you got to punch your ticket through. Goddard knows for them what's on the line tonight under Coach Wade Scott. And, yes, that is the Wade Scott that was the head coach of the Lovington Lady Cats for a number of years. His first season at the helm here at Goddard High. 12-14 on the year are the Rockets. The Cats at 12-12. But it's the district records that are most important. Goddard 2-4. Their 2 wins coming against Lovington. Lovington 1-5. And that 16-18 right now rankings looming large with Selection Sunday coming up.
And Goddard is coming off of a loss to Artesia, 66-47, and Lovington is coming off a loss to Portales, 70-61. So whoever wins tonight will move on to play Thursday at Portales, and the winner of that game will then play on Friday or Saturday.
I believe it's Saturday.
Will be Saturday against Artesia.
Yeah, that is correct. For the Cats tonight, going to be very important for them to shut down Rhett Price. Rhett is he is a tall young man. He's their leading scorer, 6'5", senior. And in the 2 games, both at our place and here at Ground Zero, I remember when it was just Rocket Gym, but here at Ground Zero, he's pretty much torn us up. He's been in about that 18, 20-point range. They haven't really had an answer for his size, and he's not the bulkiest kid, but he's tall and he's long, and they just really haven't had an answer for him once he makes his moves. Now, when they've collapsed in on him, then it's been a couple other Rockets that have started getting some action, like Jarek Mendoza. David Cervantes has seen significant time. BB Barajas, Mitchell Schooley. Those are all names we're all going to be calling tonight.
Christian Zapata as well.
Yeah, so, he's at the power forward position.
And Schooley leading in assists, and Rhett Price leading in rebounds as well. So, yeah, Goddard's, they've got some height, they've got some size, and again, they've just had trouble putting it all together consistently, just like Lovington has had. They've got some good athletes. They've got some kids that can catch fire, and when the team gets that momentum going, and they can play well. It's just that they haven't been able to do that consistently throughout and put whole games together to be able to come through with a win. Lovington has lost so many games by fewer than 10 points. When you look at losing 7, 8, 9 points, that's not a lot. And so it's they've been in that almost win position a lot, or play really good 2 or 3 quarters out of the game, but then just come up short and not be able to finish. And so that's kind of the predicament they've been in, but Goddard knows that position as well.
Well, they certainly do, so it'll all be up to what happens on the hardwood tonight. From here at Roswell Goddard High School, the Cats and the Rockets, the 3-4 game in the district tournament. Winner moves on. The loser season is more than likely done. We'll take a timeout, come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. This has been your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services, the best folks to know if you need anything service-wise out in the patch. Stone Oilfield Services, proud to be supporters of your Lovington Wildcats. We'll be back right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday night from Roswell as we get ready for the start of this one. As the lights are down and the spotlights are on, I'll give you the starting lineups as soon as we can. The Wildcats come in at 12-12 on the year, 1-5 in district, and they are the number 4 seed coming into the district tournament against the 12-14 Goddard Rockets, 2-4 in district. and they are the number 3 seed in district. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight. The Wildcats are in the road blues with the white letters and numbers and cats in script on the chest. For Goddard, they're in their North Carolina-esque jerseys, the white home unis with the Carolina blue striping and the navy blue numbers. Starters tonight for the Wildcats, it'll be number 3, Julian Arroyo, number 4, Wyatt Gomez, number 5, Zadrick Betancourt, number 11, DeMarcus Thompson, and number 12, Micah Pando getting the start tonight for the Cats. For the Goddard Rockets, it'll be number 2, Mitchell Schooley, number 12, Jarek Mendoza, number 22, David Cervantes, number 23, Rhett Price, and number 32, Dominic Ramirez. So it'll be Thompson to take the jump against Price as we are just about ready to go, Dawn Morgan.
Yes, and this is not a packed gym, but, a lot of expectations riding on this game.
And the Cats will win the opening toss, and Arroyo will take it into the front court. Comes to Betancourt in front of the Goddard student section. Get it inside, trying to move it into Arroyo, but it's tipped away and knocked away. Turnover for the Wildcats as Ramirez got his hands in there and knocked it away. To Cervantes over on the right wing. Arroyo on him tight. Picks up the dribble, will bounce it into the deep left corner for Schooley. Now he'll feed it out to Cervantes. They'll work it near side to Ramirez. Back over to Cervantes. And Arroyo on him, very tough. Gets a hand on that one, but it goes right into the hands of Cervantes. They'll move it inside, and a shot up, and it rolls around, and it won't fall, and the rebound is going to be made by Betancourt.
Yeah, nice skying up. That's important.
Shot put up by Zapata, who got the start tonight, and Arroyo from the free throw line. The 15-foot fadeaway, no good, and it'll be Gomez with his first rebound of the night. So Lovington will reset. The high pass to reset it out to Betancourt. He'll take it to the far side and just hand it off to Arroyo. Julian will back it up. Now he'll work in against Schooley. Schooley not wearing his glasses tonight. Wonder if he got contacts. No, he'll hand it off to Pando. Top of the arc, then to Thompson. Thompson takes it to the left elbow, then hands it off to Betancourt. He'll drive through the lane, puts it up, and rolls it over the rim and in. And the Lovington Wildcats strike first. They take the early 2-0 lead. 90 seconds gone in the first.
Really good work in the paint there for Lovington. Patient and work for that shot.
And Schooley takes it far side, and Arroyo gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay Goddard basketball. Lovington has come out so far on the defensive side. They are fired up. So it'll be Cervantes to inbound it, gets it into Price. He'll take it to the right baseline, loses the handle on it. It is loose, and it'll go right into the hands of Gomez. Good job in the backcourt by Gomez and by Thompson to knock it away. So Lovington up 2-0 as Arroyo into the offensive zone. Betancourt gets a screen. He'll cycle it to the left side. Now out to Arroyo, top of the arc. Thinks about the NBA three. He goes in the little push from 12 from the paint. No good, and it'll be Schooley who winds up with the rebound out of the fight for it. 2 minutes gone in the first. A 2-0 Lovington lead. Do or die for both of these teams. 3-point shot on the way the other way. That one off the mark for Ramirez, and Betancourt will have his second board of the ball game. To Arroyo, into the offensive zone to Pando. Left corner for three, and bang!
Oh.
Pando, if you can get him warmed up, he can make you pay. 5-0. Lovington here early. Schooley runs the point. Comes near side to Ramirez. Ramirez working against Pando. Cervantes in the deep left corner. His three ball on the way, and it is up and good. He's not normally one of their big shooters, but they left him open, and he made the Cats pay for it. 5-3, Lovington in the lead. 5:18 remaining in the first. To Betancourt. Comes to Gomez, and they'll just move it around. Thompson with it under intense pressure. Pando will get it. Comes in to Betancourt. He'll feed it out. Betancourt will cycle from the right to the left as Arroyo goes down under contact. Then sets a screen, bounce it to Gomez, loses it in the low post, flips it back out to Betancourt. 18-footer on the way from the right side, and it is up and good for Zadrick. He's got 4 points in the ball game, and Lovington up 7-3, back to a 4-point lead.
Lovington shooting 3 of 5 from the floor now.
Into the front court with Zapata, and he gets his pocket picked. The Cats are coming back the other way. It's Arroyo coast to coast and misses the layup, but is fouled. He gets bumped from behind by Zapata, his first personal, first team foul, and it'll put Arroyo at the line to shoot 2.
So now 3 of 6, but Lovington ahead 7-3, and Goddard shooting 1 of 2.
Lovington has forced a couple of turnovers, and Arroyo will head to the line. Julian averaging over 17 a game, 28 though the last couple of games. He'll put up the first one and no good. Didn't get the roll. Had kind of a funny spin on it.
It did. It spun. It had enough of spin that it spun off and fell off to the left instead of spinning and going down into the basket.
So he misses the first. He'll eye the second, puts it up, and that one is in and out. And it'll be Price coming away with the rebound, his first. They'll work it over to Schooley, who will bring it from the left to the right across the timeline in front of the Lovington bench. Picks up the dribble, comes to Ramirez. Ramirez into the deep left corner. Cervantes, the little head fake, bouncing underneath to Zapata. Back to Ramirez, and stolen away by Arroyo. Julian again after his second steal takes it coast to coast and lays it in. Lovington forcing the third turnover of the ball game, and they make the Rockets pay.
Yeah, and importantly, making points off of the turnover.
That has been a bad thing in Betancourt. This time he'll steal it away, and a whistle going to sound, and they're going to say that Zadrick stepped on the sideline to turn it right back over.
Still good hustle, nice steal. I love the aggression. Lovington's coming out like they want this win.
And Coach Casey Pack is going to take a timeout with 3:57 to go. We will have some subs check in, just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thanks to First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. Thanks for being with us tonight wherever you are on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money, just to say thank you for supporting the Cats and Lady Cats and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Also on HobbsAmerica.com and the Z94 Facebook page. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. As checking into the ball game, Zeke Guzman comes in on Dallas Cardenas, also checking in for the Wildcats. They'll work it around to Ramirez on the far sideline. Goddard basketball out of the timeout. Lovington up 9-3. To Cervantes, trying to get somebody inside. Lovington still with good pressure. Back to Schooley, to Cervantes, deep three ball, and it hits the side of the backboard, and it'll be Cardenas who will come away with the rebound. Dallas starts running, but kind of bobbles it a little bit, has to pull up and wait for reinforcements, and in and out as Arroyo going to miss it, and Cervantes will come away with the board for the Rockets. Schooley will bring it into the offensive zone to Ramirez. Into Price at the free throw line. He'll bounce it over to Schooley. Schooley picks up the dribble, goes inside. Price cutting, goes to the low post and up and in. They've got to watch that move out of Price. Breaks a little Lovington scoring run, gets it back to a 4-point Cat lead, 9-5 the score. Julian to the front court, gives it off to Betancourt as Betancourt works it to Cardenas. And back to Arroyo. Julian, he takes it in, pulls up the dribble, tries to throw it underhand to Zeke, and it'll be saved, but right into the hands of Schooley. On the turnover, he'll take it coast to coast, and great hustle from behind by Julian Arroyo. He came down and batted that ball away. Schooley thought he was going to have a free run at the basket, and Arroyo said, nuh-uh.
Nice block, and it was clean, too. No foul.
Yes, it was. Cervantes on the high inlet pass back to Schooley, who's going to back it up near center court. He works against Arroyo, now over to Cervantes. Coach Casey Pack telling him, stay on him, stay on him. They'll just keep working it on the outside between Schooley and Ramirez. Now to Cervantes, and it's going to be popped out of the way, and Betancourt comes away with it. Fifth turnover for the Rockets. Zadrick coast to coast and lay it up and in. 6 points for Betancourt. And the Cats now lead 11-5.
And they have made 5 attempts of 9 in shooting from the floor, not counting free throws.
And they've gotten their...
A couple of those have come directly off of the turnovers.
Yes, it has. To Price at the free throw line, around to Cervantes. Thinks about the three, thinks better of it. They'll reset with Schooley, bounce it to Zapata at the free throw line. His shot up, no good, and it'll be Betancourt coming away with the rebound, his third. Little pressure on as Zadrick gets it to Arroyo. Right across the timeline. Reinforcements waiting for Lovington and for Goddard. Coming near side to Arroyo. He works against Schooley, and he traveled. He took that little slide step, and they got him for it. Fourth turnover for the Wildcats. Checking in for Lovington, Anson Marquez. Wyatt Gomez comes back into the game as Thompson and Guzman go take a seat. Jarek Mendoza checking in for Goddard. With 1:28 to go in a fast-moving first. 11-5, Lovington in the lead. Schooley to the front court. Gets a little pick from Price. Now feeds it over to Cervantes. Left wing thinks about the three, thinks better of it. Good defensive pressure for the Cats. Mendoza almost losing the ball under good pressure from Marquez. Now bounce it back out to Schooley. And the Rockets will reset. Schooley gets the pick again. Now to Cervantes. Left corner for three, and that one is good. Hadn't seen that from that kid all year, but all of a sudden he's coming up big. Cuts it down to a 2-point Lovington lead with 52 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 11-8 Lovington in the lead, so a 3-point lead. Marquez to Cardenas. He'll hand it off to Arroyo. He'll take it into the paint, use up the dribble. Now he'll lean through, and Julian leans through traffic and gets his second bucket of the ball game, 13-8. Cats are up with 30 seconds to go in the first. Lovington has come out, and they look to be firing on all cylinders here early. To Mendoza, who drives left base and loses it, and I think getting a poke on that was Gomez. He does, and it'll be out of bounds and last touched by Goddard, so give it to the Wildcats.
And a good time for the Wildcats to drive down and go ahead and try to take and make the last shot in this first quarter.
As Pondo will check in, they're bringing him in case he gets an open look from one of the corners. Arroyo going to direct traffic as he'll come near side. 15 seconds to go in the first. Feed it to Pondo, top of the arc. Mendoza gets on him quickly. Pondo will drive it in high off the glass, no good. Gomez is there with the rebound and the putback. Wyatt's second board of the ball game. His first points make it 15-8, and at the buzzer, a shot off the front of the rim, pushed up by Zapata, no good. We have played one from here at ground zero in the district tournament. Lovington 15, Goddard 8. Back in a minute. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Back here at Roswell Goddard, start of the second quarter. Lovington leading this one 15-8 with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. A win or go home situation tonight for both of these squads. The loser tonight, I do not think will make the playoffs. So Cervantes will come near side, checking into the ball game for Goddard. Will be Salas, and they'll work it around. And that was Price with another bucket, and so his fourth point of the ball game, and Goddard will strike first here in the second. To the front court with the Wildcats as Betancourt hands it off to Marquez. Anson uses up the dribble with Salas on him tight. Back to Betancourt. Little crossover, then bouncing it to Pondo. Left corner for three. That one is going to be off the mark, and it'll be Salas who will come away with the rebound. Fourth rebound of the ball game for Goddard. We are underway in the second. A 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Feed it in to Zapata, and he gets the little roll from the low post. Zapata's first bucket of the ball game.
2 attempts, 2 makes in the second quarter for Roswell now for Goddard.
Down to a 3-point lead for the Wildcats. 15-12. They have led throughout. Arroyo directs traffic. He'll toss it over to Pondo. Thinks about the three. Cervantes gets to him quickly and makes him think better of it. Now Arroyo going to direct traffic again as he backs it up in front of the scorer's table. Lovington moving around and through, hand off. Pondo with it, tries to get it into Marquez and out of his hands and into the hands of Salas. 5th turnover for the Wildcats. Bounce it to Mendoza, takes it from the left base, no good, and the rebound made by Betancourt, his 4th. To the front court with Arroyo. Julian takes it to the left elbow, then backs it out, throw the fastball into Marquez. High off the glass, no good. But there with the rebound and the putback. Nice job by Gomez. Second time He's done that tonight.
Lovington has made 3 offensive rebounds so far. Goddard, none.
And Lovington now with 7 rebounds on the game. To Salas in front of the visiting stands. Now over to Mendoza. Mendoza, the high inlet pass goes into Price, and last touch by Goddard. I think we got lucky on that one.
Yep.
I think, well, nope, they're not going to change it. I thought Marcus touched it last, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Anytime you get a call that goes your way, you'll take it.
For sure.
5-point lead for the Cats, 17-12. 6 minutes remaining in the first. As on Dallas Cardenas will check in, comes in for Wyatt Gomez. Thompson back into the game too. He comes in for Pondo, as now Pondo will check back in.
6:01 left in the second quarter. Lovington has not, they scored in the second quarter?
Yes, they have.
Just one basket.
Yep,
though.
the 2 points by Gomez off the rebound. To Betancourt, right corner for 3, in and out. And the rebound will be put down by Zapata. He'll leave it off for Schooley, who'll run the point. Brings it up across the Rocket. Now to Salas, back out to Schooley. He's going to bounce it inside to Price. Back to Schooley, top of the arc. 3 ball on the way, off of the mark. And into the hands of Price. He's going to wind up with his own rebound. His fall away from 12. Not going to fall. And Betancourt will get his 5th board of the ball game, and then he's going to get fouled.
Betancourt has been doing the job, cleaning off the board for Lovington in this game.
Foul going to be called on Christian Zapata. His second personal, second team foul on the Rockets. And Betancourt right now, 6 points, 5 rebounds. And we've still got 5.5 to go in the first half.
He brought the springs for his shoes tonight. He's got the ups.
He does. So they'll hand it off. It'll be Thompson. Works in against Price. Out to Arroyo. NBA 3, left wing, and bang!
Wow, beautiful. Nothing but net.
Julian Arroyo, 7 points in the ball game, and Lovington stretches it up to an 8-point lead, their biggest of the night. 5 minutes to go in the first half. No lead is safe in this gym. We have seen some wild ones around here. To Salas, back out to Schooley. Schooley cycles it left to right, goes to Cervantes, almost loses the basketball, will somehow save it back out. They'll get it to a cutting Ramirez, and nobody picked him up, and Dominic Ramirez heads to the hoop and will get the Rockets on the board. The other way, Betancourt uses up the dribble, and he walked.
Yep. He was right. He was in an awkward position right underneath the basket. He was trying to move to get himself free enough to kind of put a little hook up into the basket, and he just didn't have the room.
Yeah, Roswell collapsed in on him, so we'll have a timeout on the floor. We'll just keep it right here. It is a 30 taken by Coach Scott. Say a big thanks to our great friends at Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, Now Pharmacy, and the First American Bank of Lovington. We appreciate those folks making it possible for us to bring you Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Just a quick note, Lovington has attempted 4 shots in this second quarter. They've made 2 of them. Goddard has attempted 3 and made all 3, but Lovington is ahead on the board. 20-14, ahead by 6 with 4:40 left to play in the second.
So out of the Goddard timeout, it will be Rocket basketball. 6-point lead for the Wildcats. So Cervantes will inbound it to Schooley, who directs traffic as he crosses the Rocket right at center court. He'll bring it near side and then get it into the corner. 3 on the way for Ramirez, and that one is in and out. Cervantes is there with the rebound and the putback. He came out of nowhere and got that one back.
That's Goddard's first offensive rebound of the game.
The other way, and Lovington up and in by Arroyo. Nice job by Julian. So 22-16. You'll trade buckets all day long as you're in the lead. Schooley to the front court. To Cervantes, push it back out. That's Cervantes as he'll go through and call the block on Pondo. Didn't have the feet set. So that'll be Micah's first personal, first team foul on the Wildcats. And was he in the act of shooting? Yep, they're going to say that he was, and so that'll put Cervantes at the line to shoot 2.
4 minutes, 3 seconds left to play in the second, and only 3 fouls in this game so far.
It has been a very clean one thus far. You are correct. First one up for Cervantes, too hard, off the back of the rim, and no good. First free throw attempt tonight for the Rockets. As Cardenas checks out, Gomez checks in. Pondo, Betancourt, Arroyo second on the way and gets that one to fall. So 22-17, Cats still in the lead. We are right at the halfway mark of the second period. Arroyo brings it across diagonally from the right to the left. Takes it left side, works against Schooley, and I think they're going to call Schooley for the block. Yes, they are. With a good charge, Schooley not able to get out of the way. His first personal, third team foul on the Rockets.
And even though he stopped and took the shot after the whistle sounded, when the foul happened, he was not in the act of shooting, so it's on the floor.
Yes, it is. So they'll inbound it to Pondo. And he'll just give it right back to Julian. Arroyo working against Salas. We'll flip it near side to Betancourt. Now top of the arc to Wyatt. Then around to Pondo. Throw the fastball into Thompson, and Thompson takes it to the low post. No good, and Thompson will get the rebound, but they are going to whistle DeMarcus for a push foul. So he's going to get the rebound, but then he pushed off.
Right.
So that'll be his first personal, second team foul, and it'll be the 7th turnover for the Wildcats.
However, 4 offensive rebounds for Lovington in the game so far, 1 for Goddard.
Into the front court was Schooley. Rockets trying to go on the attack. To Cervantes, thinks about the 3, then get it to Schooley. He'll drive left baseline and puts up a pretty little floater, underhand and up and in. His first bucket of the ball game. Back to a 3-point Wildcat lead. And they're going to call the block foul on Salas as Arroyo charges in. First personal on Salas, 4th team foul on the Rockets. Arroyo will inbound it from the near sideline in the front court. Gets it to Betancourt. Betancourt hands it off, then gets it right back. Zadrick pushes out to Gomez, inside to Arroyo, who gets hit in the face. No call, but Betancourt is there to save it. Zadrick's having a very good game.
Yeah, very, very quick. Pick that up.
And timeout going to have to be taken by the Wildcats as Coach Casey Pack is barking at an official, wants to know why the thumb in the eye didn't get called. Oh, it will be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. 2:58 to go in the first half. Lovington 22, Goddard 19. This is Wildcat basketball.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And back here at Goddard Rocket Gym, better known as Ground Zero, out of the Lovington timeout to make sure Julian Arroyo was okay after getting a thumb in the eye. It'll be Lovington basketball. Julian is okay. He'll pull the trigger from in front of the Goddard bench. 2:58 to go in the first. A Betancourt back to Arroyo. Arroyo going to bring it to the near side. He works against Salas. And then over to Betancourt. Betancourt pushes out to Arroyo, thinks about the 3 as Salas and Cervantes collapse in on him quickly. Julian drives in, now to Pondo, deep left corner, 3 ball, and that one is off the mark. But Gomez is there with the rebound. The putback no good. He gets his own rebound, and then he's going to get creamed. Gomez with a couple of rebounds. He should be going to the line to shoot 2. He's fighting underneath there like a Wolverine. I'm not sure I've seen him fight like that the entire season. Foul going to be whistled on Schooley. That'll be his second personal, 5th team foul on the Rockets. So Gomez heads to the line. First one up for Wyatt. Pushes it home. 23-19. Lovington back to a 4-point lead as Mendoza checks back in for Goddard as Schooley heads to the bench.
2:37 left to play in the second quarter now. Lovington up by 4. And Gomez can make it 5.
And misses that one, and Price will come through with the rebound, and then he's going to get fouled. Going to whistle
Thompson?
that one on Thompson. Yep. So for DeMarcus, that'll be his second personal, just the 3rd team foul.
It's hard to fault him, though. He went up high, skying to try for that rebound, fighting for it.
Hard to get as high as Price then.
Right.
DeMarcus has pretty good springs in the legs, but he gives up about 5 inches. As they'll sling it over, and Ramirez will wind up with it. Now working into the corner. Mendoza for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. And DeMarcus, yep, he puts the springs in the legs and pulls down his second board of the ball game. Backcourt pressure. Arroyo feeds it forward to Betancourt. Mendoza, good hustle play for the Rockets to get back to him quickly. Now it'll be Lovington controlling. That's Arroyo. Takes it to the right elbow, underhands it to Thompson. Takes it to the free throw line, fade away from 16. It's up, it won't fall, and the rebound going to be brought down by Mendoza, his first. Lovington keeps the pressure on in the backcourt. Finally getting it across will be Cervantes. 1:45 to go, first half. Lovington leading 23-19. Winner go home situation really for both teams. To Cervantes. Flips it to Salas, who has to really stretch out to get it. Now uses up the dribble and comes near side to Ramirez, and he'll take it in. His shot won't go, and the rebound going to be made by Thompson.
Nice. He reached up, really grabbed it, and hung on for it.
To Arroyo. He'll take it in against 3 Rockets and puts it up off high the glass.
Nice.
And down. 2 points more in the books for Julian Arroyo, now 25-19. Back to a 6-point Lovington lead. 65 seconds remaining, first half. Cervantes under pressure from Pondo. Spins, throws it to Mendoza, slides through the lane, no good, but Price is there with the rebound, and his putback will go. Price, 4 boards in the ball game, 6 points for him.
And second offensive rebound for Goddard in the game.
25-21. Betancourt, NBA 3 right wing. That one is off the glass and off of the tip. Long rebound going to be made by Pondo. Lovington with Pondo. His little runner from 10, no good. Gets his own rebound. His putback, no good. And finally, it'll be Salas off of the tip, who will control for Goddard. Gotta get them to fall when you get those chances off of the second and third chances. Cervantes to the front court. Pondo works against him. Give it to Salas. Thinks about the 3 ball. Betancourt right there to keep an eye on him. Feed it around to Ramirez. He crosses over, pushes back out to Cervantes. They're playing for the last shot. Push it to Salas. Now sling it back out. Cervantes, and a bad pass and out of bounds. Too far away from Salas. And it'll be Lovington basketball in the deep left corner.
7 seconds left on the clock. 7.1 seconds. Lovington leading by 4.
And Lovington going to check out Gomez and check in Guzman. I feel trying to get Zeke in the low post.
That's right. And they're going to want speed. They're going to want to get the ball down quickly and then take that last shot.
Arroyo to the front court, pushes to Pondo with 1, with 0. Pondo at the buzzer, and it is off the side of the iron. Or rather off the side of the backboard, no good. We have played a half from here at Roswell Goddard. Lovington 25, Goddard 21. We'll be back for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show right after this. Wildcat basketball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth and City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build champion cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Hey, you know you're going to need the Napa Know-How. Get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Napa, get up and go. And we have gone into halftime with Lovington leading this one 25-21. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We will start with the home team, Goddard Rockets. Leading scorer for them right now is David Cervantes. He has 9 on the board for Goddard. 6 points in the books for Rhett Price. Then you got a bucket for Dominic Ramirez, 2 points for Christian Zapata, and 2 points for Mitchell Schooley. For Goddard in the first half, they go 1 of 2 from the free throw line. No big surprise. Their leading rebounder is Rhett Price. He's got 4. Only 11 rebounds as a team for the Rockets. They turn the ball over 7 times in the first half, get 8 in the first, 13 in the second. That's how they get to their 21 on the board. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats. The leading scorer for the Cats and the leading scorer in the ball game, Julian Arroyo with 11. Zadrick Betancourt chips in 6. 5 for Wyatt Gomez, and you got 3 points for Micah Pondo. From the free throw line in the first half, Lovington goes 1 of 4 from the charity stripe, something they're going to have to work on in the second half. Betancourt and Gomez, each with 5 rebounds in that first half. 16 rebounds as a team for Lovington. They lead in that statistic. 7 turnovers for the Cats, so same as the Rockets. They get 15 in the first, 10 in the second. That's how they get to their 25 on the board, Dawn Morgan.
Yes, and looking at their shooting from the floor, not counting free throws, which there were very few of those, since there were very few fouls called in that fast-moving.
Yeah, just 6 free throws combined in the first half.
Pretty clean living, first half for both teams. But in terms of shooting, there were 16 attempts and 6 of 10 makes in that first quarter for Lovington. They made 14 attempts in that second quarter and made only 5 of those. So their shooting went a little bit colder, but they were getting more offensive rebounds, giving themselves second and third looks at the basket, but not converting some of those. So they went 11. They made 11 of 24 attempts in terms of shooting in that first half, and they had 8 offensive rebounds. 8 of their total rebounds were offensive. Now for Goddard, they made 3 of 5 attempts in the first quarter. They made 5 of 7 attempts in the second quarter. So they're shooting a lot less, but their percentage of makes is higher.
Yeah,
so
taking, I think, maybe better advised, better shots.
8 of 12 shooting all total in this first half for Goddard. So as opposed to 11 of 24, just a little under 50% for Lovington, and about 75% for Goddard. But Goddard only had 2 offensive rebounds in that first half.
Well, very important. Lovington doing a nice job on the glass thus far. Lovington Auto Supplies, keys to the second half. I think if you're the Wildcats, you have to keep doing what you're doing. Arroyo's leading the way with 11. No big surprise there. But you've got Betancourt and Gomez, who have both stepped up in a big way. DeMarcus Thompson, you just keep waiting for him to go off. He's had some looks, but hasn't managed to get one to go down.
No,
yet.
But he's had some really good rebounds.
He has, and you've got to keep rebounding. You've got to keep cleaning the glass off, and you've got to keep an eye and an ear on Rhett Price. Only 6 points in that first half. They've done a nice job containing him thus far, but you've got to make sure that he doesn't get on track in that second half, or it could be a long one for the Wildcats. We have seen some awful wild games in this gym over the years.
We have some wild swings, some incredible comebacks by both teams, and then some overtime games, some come down to the last shot games. So, yes, we've seen some wild stuff happen here.
Yeah, I don't swear to it, but maybe the biggest comeback, at least in Lovington history basketball, happened here, and it was a game Lovington lost, unfortunately. But it was about 7-8 years ago. Lovington at one point was down by 38 points and forced to overtime. And I said at the time, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Or in the case then, how do you eat a rocket one bite at a time? So you can see some wild swings in this gym. It's going to be, I think, important for the Cats to come out and keep the momentum that they got in that first half. A 4-point lead. You don't feel comfortable with that against a team like the Rockets, where you match up pretty good, but you again, you don't feel good about it because the wild swings can sometimes happen, and the Rockets have beat you twice this season.
Not a problem taking a lot of shots at the basket if you've got people in place for offensive rebounding, which that is what has saved Lovington. That and the fact that they have been out rebounding Goddard, and they've got to continue to do both of those things no matter how cold or hot their shooting is. They have to continue to do that and contain Price. And if they can do that, I can see them staying ahead of Goddard. It's not comfortable, only 4 points right now, but I can see them staying ahead and winning. But they've got to continue to play the way they did in the first half, and particularly in the first quarter. They actually played a tighter, better game in that first quarter than in the second.
They do. Of course, the winner of tonight's game will move on to Portales on Thursday night. The Lovington Wildcats certainly hope it's them. I certainly do, too. Of course, Thursday night at the friendly confines of Wildcat Gym, the Lovington Lady Cats will be taking on the winner of the Goddard Girls Portales Girls game, which is going on right now in Portales. So we may have 2 Lovington games on Thursday night. I certainly hope that we do. As the team's coming back out onto the court, we will wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa know-how from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Napa, get up and go. And we'll go back to the court for the second half right after this. This is Lovington Wildcat Basketball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Start of the second half. It'll be Thompson, Arroyo, Betancourt, Gomez, and Pondo starting 5 on the floor for the Wildcats. Arroyo with it, drives it to the right block, and his shot is up. It's a wild one. It'll be Thompson with the rebound, his 4th. Lovington will reset it to Pondo. Gets a screen from Arroyo. Then he'll wind up passing it off to Thompson. Back to Julian, works against Schooley. He'll drive into the lane and going to be partially blocked out, but somehow gets the roll. How did that one go? I'm gonna attribute it to clean living. 27-21.
That it almost stopped moving and just hung up there on the rim.
Lovington putting a lot of pressure on Cervantes as he'll save it out to Schooley, then come to Ramirez near side for the Rockets. Push it back to Cervantes. Had the three-point look, but coming in quickly and a bad pass, trying to bounce it into Price, and it'll wind up being tipped away and into the hands of Arroyo.
Nice steal.
Pondo thinks about the three-point ball, and they'll get it in to Thompson. High off the glass, no good. But Wyatt is there. Gomez, his 6th rebound of the ball game. He's got 7, and it's now 29-21.
Again, 2 more offensive rebounds for Lovington and 2 more baskets.
Oh, Goddard will bring it back into the front court as they'll work it around. Zapata to Ramirez. A little head fake to Cervantes. Back to Ramirez. Betancourt gets to him quickly. Throw it inside. Tipped away. And Pondo winds up with it in his hands. Lovington forces the 9th turnover of the ball game on Goddard. Throw the fastball to Gomez underneath all by himself. The point-blank shot, no good. But it'll be Thompson taking the rebound away and putting it back in. First points of the ball game for Thompson. Lovington on a 6-0 run to start the second half, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Wade Scott. 6:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Lovington 31, Goddard 21. We're back in 30 on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional Man Welding team support Wildcat Athletics and the Lovington School. Man Welding is your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs, call Man Welding 396-4540. Any welding job, any welding question, call 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
And welcome back to Roswell Goddard High School and Ground Zero, as they call the gym now. Lovington on a 6-0 run to start the third quarter has taken a 31-21 lead.
Yeah, and those second looks at the basket have been key for Lovington. They have been skying for those offensive rebounds. They had 3 makes of 6, or 3 misses and 3 makes there. So they're 50% shooting so far, but they managed to put more points on the board, increase their lead, 31-21, 10-point lead right now, 6:22. And we are back into the game.
And they have forced a couple of turnovers on the Rockets, trying to go to the low post to Price a couple times. Lovington jamming up the lanes. Schooley to the front court, picks up the dribble, slings it over to Zapata, now to Price in the right block. He's going to have it tipped away, and it'll go out of bounds, and last touched by Lovington.
Yeah.
So they're going to say Thompson got it last.
And the quickness, Lovington, that has really served them well all game long. Their aggressiveness, their quickness, forcing the turnovers, that has been part of the key to their being 10 points up against Goddard right now in the third.
So Jarek Mendoza will check in. They say it's awful hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, as the push in will come to Zapata. His fall away from 10, no good, and the rebound going to be made by Arroyo, his first. Julian keeps it himself, a little head fake, bouncing underneath to a wide-open Betancourt. Zadrick will miss the point-blank shot. The ball is still going to be loose, and it goes and finally saved by Schooley. That was a wild one right there, and to Price, a bad pass, and he tries to save it out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover for Goddard, their 10th. So Lovington gets it back as Goddard gets a little bit out of sorts, playing, I think, maybe a little bit faster than they wanted to play. 10-point Lovington lead with 5:40 to go in the third. 31-21. To Arroyo, left wing for 3, in and out, but Thompson with another big rebound to Marcus. Gets it stripped away, though, as Mendoza will come out with it. And then a foul going to be called, and let's see who they get it on. They're going to get the push foul on Julian. It's Arroyo's first personal, first team foul in the half on the Cats. It is on the floor, and Mendoza will come over to pull the trigger from midcourt.
And Goddard has not managed to put a single point on the board in this third quarter. 5:30 left in it.
To the backcourt with Schooley, who takes it right up the middle. He'll work it to the left side as Cardenas, who checked in a minute ago, picks him up. To Mendoza, now over to Zapata, throw the fastball into Price, and he'll push off, and they'll count the bucket and the foul. They're going to get Betancourt for the bump, his first personal, second team foul. And Price has his 8th point of the ball game, and he'll go for the and 1.
So finally, Goddard out of the scoring slump that they were in since the beginning of the third quarter, but with that 8-point lead, Lovington still has that. But it looks like Price could certainly eat into that here at the line.
We talked about it in the halftime show. You don't want to let Price start heating up, as he'll put up the and 1. 3 the old-fashioned way is good. 31-24 our score. Arroyo, bad pass, and Schooley going to step in and take it away from him. Now backcourt pressure. Schooley bounces it to Ramirez and gets it right back. Turns on the Jets. Kicks it over to Zapata on the left baseline. Cardenas did a nice job getting to him, though, to keep him from having a run. To Mendoza. He'll put up the little one-handed push shot. No good, but Zapata's there with the rebound, and the putback gets his own rebound, and his putback won't go. Ball is loose on the court, and finally Betancourt will come away with it for the Wildcats. Bounce it to Arroyo. The reverse layup, no good, and Betancourt comes up with his 7th rebound.
And Lovington just going to kind of pull back and kind of reset a little bit.
Yeah, take a deep breath here as Betancourt to the free throw line, loses the basketball, and it'll be picked up by Zapata. 10th turnover for the Cats.
Goddard's not dead. Lovington has got to contain him.
Ramirez to the front court, and Betancourt almost picks the pockets and does pick the pocket, as it'll wind up in the hands of Arroyo after a spinny dipsy doodle. And up and a shot, no good, and goes out of bounds, but they're going to say touched out and pushed out by Schooley, so blocked by Goddard. Stays Lovington basketball. Cervantes will check in. He comes in for Ramirez for the Rockets. Oh, the high inlet pass, and pressure coming as Arroyo bouncing and talking a little bit. He thought he got fouled. He'll set a screen for Betancourt, who takes it all the way around the ring and into Thompson, pushing it out to Arroyo. Top of the arc for three, in and out, and it'll be Schooley who winds up with the rebound. He'll push it forward to a breaking Mendoza, and he'll take it hard to the rack and up and in. Jarek Mendoza, his first bucket of the ball game. Now back to just a 5-point lead, a 5-0 run quickly for the Rockets.
3:44 left to play in the third.
To Cardenas, and he gets bumped a couple of times, and they'll whistle one on Price. So for Price, his first personal, that'll be the first team foul on Goddard here in this second half. And we'll put on Dallas Cardenas at the line to shoot two. So Dallas heads to the line to shoot two. Lovington up by 5. Cardenas, about a 55% free throw shooter on the season, puts up the first, and that one is off the mark.
Need every point we can get.
Checking into the ball game, Anson Marquez will come in for DeMarcus Thompson. DeMarcus gets high fives and low fives from the crew on the bench.
Lovington with making.
Second on the way for Cardenas, and gets the roll on that one. Kind of a funny bounce, but he got it.
So 6-point lead by Lovington. 3:35 left to play in the third.
32-26 is Schooley into the front court for the Rockets. Pondo just checked back into the ball game. He'll pick him up. Schooley works in front of his own bench. He'll flip it to Zapata in the right wing. He'll take it to the left block and put up a wild one off the glass, and it's good from 12.
Goddard's been doing some beautiful passing, no-look passes, and setting up some really nice work in and out of the lane.
32-28, Cats in the lead. To Zeke, hand it off to Marquez, and call the travel. Yep. He took a few extra steps before he started the dribble. 11th turnover for Lovington. So back into the hands of the Rockets with a chance to cut this down to a one-possession ball game. Zapata out and Mendoza back in. Mendoza, Price, Ramirez, Cervantes, and Schooley on the floor for the Rockets. Cardenas, Pondo, Arroyo, Guzman, and Marquez on the floor for the Cats. Push it over to Ramirez, then back out to Schooley. Come to Cervantes, then get it to Mendoza. 3-point right corner, no good. Fight for the rebound, and the Rockets will come away with it. Ramirez has it high off the glass and good.
Just like that, Goddard has 4 offensive rebounds in this third quarter.
32-30. It was a 10-point lead just a moment ago. Arroyo to the right block, puts it up. He's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. They going to get that on Price? Let's see. He was in the neighborhood. Are they going to get it on Cervantes?
Cervantes was holding up his hands like, I don't think it was me.
Let's see. They put it up on the board on. They're going to whistle that on Ramirez, his first personal, second team foul. So Arroyo at the line to shoot 2. Julian bends the knees, puts up the first, and it is good. 13 points in the ball game. Make that 14 for Julian Arroyo. And Lovington back up by 3. Price will check out. Coming in his place will be Zapata. Zapata and Schooley in the front blocks for the Rockets. Arroyo made the first. Puts up the second and rattles that one home. Go back to a 4-point Lovington lead, 34-30.
Nice point. Nice job at the free throw line there for Arroyo, because we need every point we can get.
Yes, we do. As Guzman will check out, Thompson checks back in for Lovington.
Not a lot of fouling, and we haven't had a whole lot of chances, to make points at the free throw line. So you got to make them when you take them.
Yes, you do. Schooley brings it across the timeline under pressure from Arroyo. Slide it over to Mendoza. He works against Betancourt. Screen going to get set. Now they'll work it to Cervantes. Takes right base, and 2 Cats collapse in on him. Get it into Mendoza. Gets it stripped out from behind and goes out of bounds. Lovington and Marquez and Pondo doing a nice job inside, knocking it away.
Very
Stays
nice.
Goddard basketball.
But it does interrupt the offensive rhythm there for Goddard.
Cervantes gets it into Schooley. His layup no good. He gets his own rebound, and his putback will go. Schooley 4 boards and 4 points in the ballgame. Back to a 2-point game. Arroyo off the inbound, coast to coast, and Julian will put it in on the floater.
Back to a 4-point lead by Lovington. Clock's ticking, less than 2 minutes to play in the third. Minute 50.
Schooley to the front court with 1:49 remaining in the third. Anybody's ball game here. To Cervantes, takes it to the free throw line, picks up his dribble. Thompson on him. Gets it to Mendoza, almost loses it. Then he'll set a screen for Mendoza, and Pondo picks the pocket, but it goes right into the hands of Zapata, and he'll miss on the point-blank layup, and it'll go out of bounds, and Lovington basketball. So now Cardenas will check back in, trying to get a little more muscle in. Marquez did a nice job, though, underneath.
We're seeing some exciting basketball. This is a fun game to watch. These guys are, both teams, working hard.
90 seconds to go here in the third. Lovington with a 4-point lead, 36-32. Julian to the front court. Tosses over to Betancourt in front of the Lovington bench. Now work it around to Dallas and to Pondo. Micah hands it to Arroyo. He slides through the left lane. Ball going to get knocked away from behind and out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Julian. So that'll be the 12th turnover for the Wildcats.
Ouch.
As Lovington wanted to go full court pressure, and Coach Casey Pack calls him out of it. Tells them to pick them up as they come into the front court. 1:10 remaining in the third. A 4-point Lovington lead. To the front court with Schooley. Tosses over Zapata into the corner. Cervantes for three, and he made it, but the charge got called in front and first. So wipe the three-pointer off of the board. And they're going to whistle that one on Christian Zapata. His third personal, third team foul, and that'll be the 12th turnover for the Rockets. So Lovington gets a break there, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Casey Pack. It's just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thanks to our friends at the First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, Lovington Schools, Munis Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for watching tonight, wherever you happen to be around the globe on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, once we get to 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, I will pull $100 out of my pocket and give to one lucky subscriber just to say thanks. It's not coming from the stations, not coming from the sponsors, coming from me just to say thank you. Of course, we do thank those sponsors we just mentioned. You see them at the bottom of your screen there for making Wildcat basketball possible. Into the front court with Arroyo out of the Lovington timeout. Julian takes it himself to the left base. And, wow, he gets tied up by Schooley.
Wow, not a foul.
Not a foul, a tie ball.
Ooh, that's interesting.
13th turnover now for Lovington. And with 52 seconds remaining in the third, it'll be Goddard basketball. Now, Schooley going to bark out what he wants as he crosses the timeline. Bounces over and stolen away by Betancourt. Zadrick, he'll take it off, and he's going to be blocked out, and it'll wind up in the hands of Schooley, but they call the foul.
Fouled.
So they call the foul on Price, who came back and got arm instead of ball.
And Goddard does not like that call.
Price's second personal. Well, we had one we didn't like a minute ago, so we're just evening it up.
It's true.
So now it'll be Zadrick Betancourt to the free throw line with Lovington up by 4. 36-32, Betancourt's first trip to the stripe tonight. Coach Casey Pack calls Pondo and Arroyo over to talk about some things. With Betancourt at the line. Zadrick's first is up, and it is good. He's got 7 in the ball game.
Nice.
37-32.
As far as shooting goes in this third quarter, Lovington is 5 of 11.
So just a little under 50% there, about 45%. So Betancourt made the first, he'll eye the second. And it is up, and that one no good, and it'll be Cervantes with the rebound. That'll be his third. Goddard basketball trailing by 5, 30 seconds remaining in the third. Schooley works against Cardenas, gets a little room, tosses it in to Zapata. He'll drive hard to the rack and is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And you just saw that foul coming, and it's one of those you just cringe because you know it's going to happen.
Yes, you do. And so Zapata heads to the line for 2. So Zapata at the line. I still haven't seen who they called that on. There was a couple of cats in the neighborhood.
4. They've called that on Gomez.
Zapata, it's up and in. So
That's Gomez, his second foul.
I just had that as Wyatt's first. So anyway, Zapata makes the first. Eyes the second and gets the roll on them both. So Zapata now with 6 points in the ball game. 37-34, 3-point Lovington lead. Under 20 seconds to play in the third. Arroyo works against Schooley. Lovington, you got to think, going to play for the last shot. Bounce it to Thompson on the left baseline. Push it back out to Arroyo. He'll come in left base, sling it to Betancourt. He'll take it into the high post and get it off the glass.
Nice.
Cedric Betancourt with 9 in the ball game, and at the buzzer, we head to the fourth. Lovington 39, Goddard 34. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Back here from ground zero in Roswell, fourth quarter, win or go home for both of these teams as the Lovington Wildcats leading 39-34. I'm TJ Miracle with Don Morgan alongside. And great to have you with us. Lovington will have the basketball to start this fourth quarter. They'll bounce it to Gomez at the free throw line, hand it to Thompson. Thompson to Betancourt and give it to Cardenas. Cervantes picks him up quickly. Back to Thompson. Into Arroyo. Julian from the right block and off the glass and good. Arroyo with 19 points in the ball game. And Lovington will draw first blood here in the fourth. Of course, you got to remember, at one point, Lovington was up by 10 in the third. Goddard not going to go away. Schooley under pressure. Slings it to Ramirez. Back to Schooley. They'll pick him up. Long cross-court pass going to be ripped out of the sky. And coming back down is Thompson as he'll just hand it off for Arroyo. The clock, Lovington's friend right now.
Beautiful steal, just so quick by Thompson.
Nice job by DeMarcus. You got to think Lovington's going to want to burn at least 30, 35 seconds off every possession here.
Exactly. As you said, the clock is their friend, but they've got to take care of the ball.
Gomez will set the screen, and Lovington will work it in. Yep, they're going to burn as much time as they can. Betancourt behind the back, nifty little move. Into Cardenas. He'll go into the lane and put up the reverse layup, and Price winds up with the rebound, his fifth.
Just almost got it to tip over and go in, but not quite.
Schooley bounce pass to Cervantes. Lovington traps him up, going to the middle, and it will be knocked away. The ball sliding and finally going to be saved by Zapata. And yep, they're going to call Betancourt, who got tangled up in his legs. Second personal for Cedric, 14 foul on the Cats. It is on the floor. Yeah, Goddard going to the blocks. No, it's a floor foul. I'm almost 100% certain.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
You got the ref over there. They'll inbound from at the end of the Goddard bench.
Pondo will check into the ball game. Comes in for Cardenas. Now the inbound will come to Schooley back near center court. 6.5 remaining in the ball game. And a 7-point Lovington lead off the pick from Price. Schooley gets it into Price in the high post. Turnaround jumper. It is good. He is deadly from that range. 41-36, 5-point Lovington lead. Price now with 11 in the ball game. Betancourt under pressure. Comes to the front court from Ramirez. No call on a bump. They're letting them go. It's going both ways. I'll give them that. And so Betancourt, little shake and bake, and up. He's going to say he palmed it. 15th, make that the 14th turnover for Lovington.
And not good. Lovington has got to take they're taking time off the clock. That's great, but you got to take care of the basketball. Can't turn it over if they're going to win this strategy.
Absolutely, and a timeout taken on the court with 5 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the ball game. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
And back here at Roswell Goddard, the Wildcat timeout. Lovington leading 41-36. I'm TJ Miracle. She's Dawn Morgan. Great to have you with us tonight. Wherever you are on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Winner of this game will move on to play Portales on Thursday. The loser's season is more than likely done.
In that third quarter, by the way, Lovington had 12 attempts, made 6 of them. Goddard had 11 attempts, made 5 of them. Goddard had 5 offensive rebounds in the third quarter. Lovington had 3.
And it'll be Goddard basketball as we come out of the timeout. Clicking under 6 minutes to go. Lovington up by 5, 41-36. Schooley gets a pick from Price. Backs it up, now goes into the corner to Mendoza. He'll push it out to Zapata, and he traveled. Yep, he took a little slide and went. 15th turnover for the Rockets. Give it back to Lovington.
Lovington needing to probably get a little bit more. In fact, 5:45 left in the game, and just a 5-point lead. Yeah, that's 5 points, and you're up, and the clock's your friend, but you really feel like they need to have a little bit more of scoring pad, and they got to take care of the ball, and Goddard's being very aggressive.
Yes, they are. Under big pressure, Thompson back to Arroyo. They've got Guzman in, so maybe they can work something into the low post. They're going to try and trap up Betancourt, and he'll push it through, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Casey Pack. It's a 30. He'll keep it, so I think the timeout before was actually taken by Coach Wade Scott. So timeout by Lovington, and, well, he's out of 30, so it has to be a 60.
Yeah,
but we'll just keep it right here.
Yeah, the ref mentioned he went from that 30 into a full stretch out, so got to be a 60. And, yeah, 41-36 is your score, and Lovington really has led, almost the whole game, but it feels like they've had to work harder than Goddard, and it's not necessarily so. It just has that feeling. They've had, more action, more activity. It seems like they've had more possession of the basketball, and I think that's probably true, in terms of game time and game clock. But it just feels like they've really worked hard and a lot harder than Goddard in this to just be 5 points ahead.
Well, they certainly have. So a 2-possession ball game with 5.5 minutes to go. Anything can happen. Lovington has played well, but Goddard has managed to stick with them. So Arroyo gets it into Pondo. Arroyo, Pondo, Guzman, Betancourt, Thompson on the floor, and that one is going to be stolen away. Good pressure, and they'll get it to Schooley. He runs it up off the left glass and up and in. Schooley 6 points in the ball game. Now just a 1-possession game for the Cats. They need to answer on this possession. Lovington sometimes has a little trouble with pressure, and Schooley will knock it away and steal it away. He'll come back down. Schooley coast to coast misses, but they're playing trailer as Price with his 6th rebound and another bucket for Price, and it's a 1-point game just like that.
Because Goddard came out very aggressive.
Coach Scott is up barking. I'm not sure I've ever seen him that animated.
Yep,
Matter of fact, there was sometimes I wasn't sure he had a pulse.
Forced a lot of turnovers now, crucial ones, and made Lovington pay on those turnovers.
Yes, they have. So it'll come to Thompson. Hands it off to Arroyo, and Zapata goes all over the back on that one. You're
a
like,
big bear
who,
hug,
me?
actually. A little bear hug from Zapata.
That'll be the 4th personal on Zapata. 5th team foul on the Rockets.
Zapata means a shoe, and it was like having a big boot right on the back there.
Yes, it was. So it'll be on the floor. Goddard still with 1 foul to give before Lovington gets in the bonus. Zapata going to check out. They're going to put Mendoza back in. Mendoza looks to contest, but it'll still come in from Arroyo to Thompson. DeMarcus going to back it up, take it between the rings, give it off to Pondo. 4:25 to go here in the ball game. Lovington is leading by 1. Win or go home for both of these squads. Arroyo starts his run in, and he runs into traffic, and he's going to be blocked out. Zeke, though, there to save it, and he's going to get hammered from behind, and Guzman heads to the line for 2.
Yeah, Ezekiel, the big man right there underneath the basket. Some good muscle in the paint, and he was definitely trying to get the ball to put it back up, but got fouled in the process.
Whistle on Cervantes. That'll be his first personal, but the 6th team foul. Guzman at the line, misses the first. So Goose out there before the ball game, he was taking a lot of free throws and a lot of layups.
But he has not seen a lot of minutes in the game, so he's coming in, at the end a little cold.
And second one up, and that one no good. And Schooley going to rip down the rebound, and then he's going to get fouled by Betancourt. So for Zadrick, his third personal.
Still 41-40 now. Lovington with a slim 1-point lead. 4:13 left in this game.
Wyatt Gomez waits to check in at the next dead ball. Schooley to the front court. We are at the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. 1-point ball game, do or die time for both squads. Schooley pushes to Cervantes around to Mendoza in the right corner. Brings it back out, and they'll keep working it around. Schooley thinks about the three to Ramirez in the left for three. That went off the mark, and it'll be Thompson with the rebound, his seventh. Back to Lovington. Arroyo turns on the Jets, comes behind Zeke, goes hard to the rack, and he's fouled. They'll call the block on Schooley. His third personal, 7th team foul, so Lovington in the bonus for the rest of this one. And now, with the guy you want at the line, Julian Arroyo heading to the stripe.
Yep, Mr. Green shoes.
Those are new tonight. I like them.
Makes them easy to find.
Yes, it does. First one up for Julian, and I shouldn't have said the guy you want at the line.
The announcer's curse on that.
It bites again. I apologize, Mr. Arroyo. Guzman checks out. Gomez checks in for the Wildcats.
That reminds me of the old joke. Why did the elephant wear green sneakers?
Because he can wear anything he wants to.
So he could sneak across the pool table without anybody seeing him.
Nah.
All right.
I don't think those are quite that color green. Second on the way for Julian. He'll get that one to fall. So now 42-40. Lovington up by 2. Still a lot of time to go in this one. 3:35 remaining. Schooley to the left corner. Takes it, picks up the dribble, bounce to Zapata, who will get it to Kiss over the front of the rim. Zapata with 8 points, and we are tied at 42-all. Lovington was up by 10 not that long ago. Betancourt to Cardenas. Cardenas to Arroyo. Thinks about the three. He'll take the three. Top of the arc and bang! Julian Arroyo drains the tray.
Beautiful shot. Nothing but net.
3 minutes to go in the ball game. 45-42. Lovington up. Toss it back out to Schooley. Kind of a lazy pass. They'll get it back to Ramirez. His three ball on the way, and it's good. Dominic Ramirez hits the three ball, and we're tied again at 45 apiece. Back down, and they're going to call the travel on Julian.
Julian was trying to draw the foul on the fast break. He took it down, was going to take it coast to coast. He hoped to make the layup and draw the foul, and it went all wrong.
So now it'll be Goddard with with a chance to take the lead. It would be their first lead of the night if they can take it on this possession. Schooley just crosses into the timeline, into the front court. He'll pick up his dribble, bounce it over to Mendoza. He'll go high to Ramirez in the right corner. Thompson on him tight. Back out to Mendoza. Watch for Price to go back door if they can get it to him. To Zapata on the left baseline. Fade away from 5. In and out. And it'll be Gomez with the rebound. A big one for Wyatt, and a whistle sounds. And Wyatt going to be fouled. Will go down the court to shoot free throws.
And I thought that was it was Betancourt who got the rebound.
No, actually it was
Gomez. It Gomez? All right.
Yeah, it was Gomez, and the foul going to be called on Zapata. That'll be his 5th. He is done with 8 points, 4 rebounds. That's a big loss for Goddard. And Zadrick Betancourt heads to the line to shoot 2. Betancourt with 9 points in the ball game can get to double digits and give Lovington the lead back. He's wearing orange and camouflage shoes tonight. I think those are new too. First one on the way for Betancourt, and misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And it'll be Schooley with the rebound, and then he's going to be fouled
by Gomez.
So call it on Wyatt. That'll be his second personal. That'll be the 6th-team foul on Lovington.
On the floor, we are still tied. 2:13 left to play in this one, 45-all.
And now Lovington out of fouls to give 2. 45-45. Schooley to the front court. Anybody's ball game. It is win or get ready to run track and play baseball. Schooley with Cardenas on him tight. To Cervantes, now pushing over to Ramirez, to Mendoza. Right corner for 3, it's good. Mendoza brings the crowd here At Goddard to their feet, and they have their first lead of the ball game, period. It comes with 1:48 remaining in this one. To Betancourt, underhand to Cardenas. Hippity hop through the lane, high off the glass, and it'll be Cervantes with the rebound, his fourth, but the ball loose on the court, and then we're going to have a foul called as Cervantes goes down hard. Lovington can't believe that they're going to call that foul. They're going to call it on Cardenas, and I think just a little bit of frustration there by on Dallas. His first personal, 7th team foul, and Cervantes heads to the line to shoot 2.
On Dallas will come out. Let's see who goes in over there. And
looks like they put in Pondo.
Yep,
So
I think
Cervantes, the front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good. He's got 10 in the ball game. So now a 4-point lead just like that for Goddard. Second on the way, and Cervantes going to get them both to fall. He's got 11. So now Lovington down by 5. That's a 15-point swing since about halfway through the third quarter. Lovington still with time, 90 seconds to go. Arroyo, NBA 3 distance, no good, but it'll be Gomez with his 8th rebound of the ball game. Gotta take the good shot. Pondo to Thompson to Betancourt. Can't waste a lot more time. You got to start working it in. A head fake by Julian. Goes to the right lane. Tries to draw contact, and they will. So Julian will head to the line to shoot 2. They're going to call the block foul on Mitchell Schooley, his 4th personal. 8th team foul on the Rockets.
50-45. 5-point lead by Goddard right now with 1:10 left to play in the game, and Julian Arroyo at the line for Lovington.
Can cut it down to a 1-possession ball game right here. Julian bends the knees, puts up the first. It is good. 50-46, Lovington trails. 24 points in the ball game for Julian Arroyo. Julian gets the first, puts up the second, and that one is going to be off of the mark, but he winds up with his own rebound, puts up the 3 ball off of the mark, and Thompson with it, takes it back. He can't get it to go. Finally, Schooley will come away with it. We just couldn't buy a bucket right there. 1 minute remaining in the ball game and a 4-point Rocket lead.
Yeah.
Lovington with a chance right there. Missed the golden opportunity.
3 misses, 3 looks at the basket.
Lovington going to have to foul, and they're going to have to foul quick. They're just going to play keep away as Betancourt tries to knock it away and does. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll stay Goddard basketball. Lovington is pretty much, if they can't steal the inbound, is going to need to foul quickly.
That's right, 50-46, a 4-point lead by Goddard. 44.6 seconds left on the clock right now, and it looks like, I think Casey Pack wants a timeout.
He is, and it'll be his final timeout of the ball game. We'll just keep it right here with 44 seconds to go. So say a big thanks to First American Bank of Lovington, Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight from here at Ground Zero at Goddard. So, Don, if you are the Wildcats, I said it a minute ago, but, we can expand on it a little bit here. You've got to put on the pressure, try and steal the inbound, and if you don't, you've got to foul almost
right
instantly
away
to preserve yourself some time.
Exactly, because the clock is ticking, and Lovington is really, they just need to give themselves a chance to get the rebound, out of the blocks, and hope that the foul, that
the shooter
misses, and you get the rebound and get a chance at possession and then make it good, because they have to at least tie this game to stay alive, and that's 4 points that they've got to find between now and 44.7 seconds from now.
And they will put the man pressure on as Cervantes looks to pull the trigger. High inlet, gets it in the backcourt to Schooley, who gives it back to Cervantes. Arroyo tries to pick the pocket, gets a hand on it, but it'll come out to Ramirez. They'll get it to Schooley, and Arroyo just going to reach out and give him a hug.
Yep.
That'll be his second personal, 8th team foul, and Schooley heads to the line for the 1-and-1. Now, the flip side of this is Lovington needs for Schooley to probably miss, but they've got to find some offense and find it fast with just 36 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Schooley's first trip to the line tonight.
And it's
front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good.
It's Thompson and Gomez in the front blocks for Lovington.
So Lovington
And it looks like Pondo coming in
it'll
for.
be Micah Pondo checking in for Dallas Cardenas, trying to get the shooters in there.
Right. But still Thompson and Gomez up front.
Second on the way, and Schooley gets them both. So now it's a full 2 possessions. Lovington needs to get the 3 ball. Arroyo to the front court. Works to the free throw line. Now he'll drive in against Price. Puts up a wild shot. It goes out of bounds. And last touch by Price. He got a hand on it from behind. Coach Casey Pack telling him what he wants him to do. 27 seconds to go. The inbound will be made by Betancourt from right of his own bucket on the baseline. Zadrick gets it into Arroyo. Pop a shot, and bang! Arroyo cuts it down to just a 3-point ball game with 23 seconds to go, and that is the final timeout. Going to be taken by the Wildcats. 52-49. My goodness gracious, Dawn Morgan.
3-point game with just seconds left on the clock, and it's I can't believe we talked about this. We talked about the fact that we have seen so many of these wild swings in this gym. We have seen it come down to last-second shots. We've seen overtime in this gym. We have seen it all, and we are seeing it again here tonight.
We are seeing a classic. 2 teams fighting for their very survival. Because the winner or the loser of this ball game definitely not going to make the playoffs. Goddard would still have at least a theoretical chance, but probably not a real good one. Lovington has got to win the district tournament. So the inbound will come from Cervantes out of the Lovington timeout. Look for the fast foul, and they will get it. As I like Arroyo going for the ball on Ramirez, but he pulled the foul.
Tried for the steal,
but
it
got
stops
the clock
it
quickly.
Does.
22 seconds, a 3-point lead. And now Ramirez will go to the line. His first trip to the stripe, he's got 7.
52-49. Goddard 3 points ahead, 22.0 seconds on the clock.
So Ramirez goes to the line with 7 points and a 3-point lead. He makes it very difficult if he gets the front end of this 1-1, and he will. So how do you eat a rocket? 1 bite at a time, but you're running out of time to take bites. 53-49, a 4-point lead. He can get it to a much more comfortable 2-possession ball game if he makes them both, and he does not. And it'll be Thompson with the rebound. Great job by Thompson. His 9th rebound. Get it to Betancourt. He fumbles through the lane, almost travels top of the arc. Thompson for 3. It is off the mark, and it'll be Schooley with the rebound, and he is going to be fouled instantly. And we'll walk back down the court with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. And 2 free throws here pretty much do it, I think, for the Wildcats.
So tough to watch them lead most of the game, to work so hard, to do so many things well. And then Goddard just really came alive in that third quarter and became so much more aggressive. And it's just been hard to watch.
First one is up for Schooley, and it is good.
Exciting to watch, and I don't mean hard to watch. It's a fun game to watch, but it's tough to watch as
Schooley's second on the way. He gets them both. He's got 10 in the ball game. And it'll come in with 8 seconds to go. Arroyo, shake and bake, comes through, tries to split 2 Rockets, and is going to be fouled. He'll go to the line as Cervantes loses a shoe out there, and the block foul going to be called. They're going to put that up, let's see for sure, on Mendoza. That'll be his first personal, 9th team foul. So it will be a 2-shot foul for Julian Arroyo. But now Lovington's only chance is to make both free throws. They trail by 6. And then they've got to steal the inbound and pop a 3. And they're out of timeouts too. Arroyo gets it to go. Not impossible, but very improbable.
55-50 now, 3.7 seconds left on the clock. Julian with another shot.
Arroyo with a whale of a ball game, a whale of a district season, a whale of a season. Second one is up, and Arroyo will get them both to fall. 55-51. They've got to get a foul on the inbound, and they will. Betancourt kind of looking in disbelief. And you did what you had to do. 2 seconds run off the clock. And see who they put it up on. They'll whistle that one on DeMarcus Thompson, his 3rd personal, 10th team foul. So we'll walk 85 feet down the court, and Cervantes will shoot 2. Up by 4, even 1 will pretty much seal the deal. First one for Cervantes is up and no good. Cervantes with 11 points. Lovington would need to put up basically a half-court shot, get the shot to fall and be fouled, and makes it 5 points, and that will pretty much make it a moot point. 56-51 on the inbound comes to Betancourt. He'll push it forward to Cardenas, and at the buzzer, that will do it as the Goddard Rockets beat the Lovington Wildcats tonight. Our final 56-51. Lovington's season will end tonight in the first round of the district tournament. We'll take a timeout. Come back with your Now Pharmacy postgame show. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
School is back in session, and we are excited to be back. The Lovington Municipal School District welcomes our amazing students, staff, and families. With over 3,000 students across 10 campuses, the Lovington School District is the pride of Lee County. As we build Champion Cats, we're looking forward to seeing you at school activities. For on-demand updates about Lovington schools, please log on to lovingtonschools.net.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services,
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth and City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And welcome to your Lovington postgame show from Now Pharmacy. Now Pharmacy, your local hometown pharmacy in Lovington for over 75 years. Now Pharmacy, proud supporters of the Wildcats, as the Wildcat season tonight more than likely going to come to an end, and the first round of the district tournament falling to Goddard 56-51. The highlights for the Wildcats tonight: Julian Arroyo blows up for 29 points in the ballgame, but was the only cat in double figures. Zadrick Betancourt with 9 in the ballgame, 7 points for Wyatt Gomez. Then you had 3 points for Pondo, 2 points for Thompson, and a point for Ondalis Cardenas. Lovington goes 9 of 18 from the free throw line. Their leading rebounder tonight was Thompson with 9. 29 rebounds as a team for Lovington, 17 turnovers. At one point in the third, Lovington up by 10, but just could not hang on at the very end there, Dawn.
Nope. They, they just didn't come down the wire. We talked earlier about how often they've had close games this season. They've lost, less than 10 points so many games. And this game, they just were in control most of it. And they just could not handle when Goddard came storming back, got very aggressive offensively and defensively. And Lovington just could not quite finish. They just couldn't quite come up with enough at the end to come back and get that lead back from Goddard. So well played. some really good things and nothing to hang their heads about.
Of course, so, yeah, and a lot of Wildcats, they're turning the lights out
Yeah,
on us, so
they
we're
are.
gonna wrap it up. But the Wildcats will have a lot of talent back next year, losing seniors Diego Garcia, Hector Bonilla, Ishmael Martinez, Adam Sanchez, Oscar Galindo, and Zeke Guzman. So those seniors, thanks to them for showing their Wildcat spirit all these years, but a lot of talent coming back for Coach Casey Pack next year and a lot of experience. So it's hard when you've got a young team, but the experience, I think, will pay off in the long run, even though you hate to see it end this way. So our next broadcast here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel will be Thursday night from the friendly confines of Wildcat Gym, as the Lovington Lady Cats will be taking on, I'm guessing probably Portales, but I haven't gotten a report on that, but they'll take on the winner of the Goddard Portales game, which is happening tonight in
right?
Portales. So
Right.
we'll know in the morning who that is going to be. So final thoughts on this one, Dawn.
Just congratulations on the Lovington boys. They had an uneven season, but they did a lot of things well. They certainly gave fans, some good stuff to cheer about, some good games, and it was exciting here tonight. Just wish that they could have pulled it out, and stayed alive at least and had a little more hope to making the playoffs. But still, congratulations to Casey Pack and the Lovington Wildcats.
And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on the Lovington boys season from here at Roswell. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Stone Oil Field Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, the First American Bank of Lovington, and Nowell Pharmacy. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Roswell. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.